Hi everybody, my name is Brian Roberts and I'm going to talk to you about learning your first song. Through the years I kind of developed this strategy for learning songs. I call it the 7 steps to learning and perfecting a song. So with this video we're going to talk about step 1, which is can you play the chord and can you play it cleanly. So let's say you want to learn how to play a song. I recommend easy songs that have easy chords, and if they have the same chord progression from start to finish, which means that's just the same thing repeating itself from the beginning of the song to the end of the song, so you're not having to worry about the verse being different than the chorus, being different than the bridge, etc., etc. If you can find a song that has the same chord progression from start to finish, as a beginner, that's a really good thing. If they're easy chords, that's even better. Okay, so the song that I'm going to use is Horse with No Name by America, and it's usually one of the first songs that I introduce to people, because at the surface it's really easy. Later on it's pretty difficult, but for this particular example, let's say you're looking at that song, and that song is going to tell you the song is comprised of E minor and D. Those are the 2 chords. So assuming you know your basic open chords, which can be found up on the wall there, you can see right over there. Assuming you know those, now is the time to start learning some songs and applying what you know. So you'll find out that the song goes E minor to D. So step 1 for learning how to play the song is, do you even have those chords memorized? So if I say play E minor, if you don't need to go look it up, that's a good sign. E minor is like so, right? And then same can be said about the other chord that's required for this song, which is D. If you can play that song without having, if you can play that chord without having to reference a chart or anything, that means you have it memorized. So if somebody said play D and you play D, you got it memorized. Now memorizing it is half of it. The other half is, can you even play it cleanly? So for example, if you strum it and it sounds like this, that's not playing it cleanly. You want it to sound good. And to me, the loose definition of sounding good is if you check each string. So if you pluck each string that's part of the chord and you hear every single note ringing true without having to adjust anything that you're doing with your hands. So if you just went there and played it and you checked each string, you got each string ringing, that means you're cleanly playing it. Sometimes what happens when we strum is it masks some mistakes. So for example, let's say, I'm going to try my best to make it not perfect. So here we go. Sounds alright, right? But if we checked our work, so I don't know if you heard that, but right there, that's not a good sign. So you want to assess that and go, okay, what's happening? So I'll follow the string to my hand, and I'm looking at it and I'm wondering, why is it not making a sound? Well, come to find out, my pointer finger is actually accidentally blocking that string. So if I fix it, now I'm back to normal. So you want to ensure that not only do you have the chord memorized, but you're able to play it relatively well. Otherwise, when you start jamming with the song, it's just going to sound bad and potentially unmotivate you to play further. So we don't want to, we want to try our best to avoid that. Okay, so E minor is the first chord. And so same thing, if whatever the other chord, for example, this is a D. If you play D and you just go straight for it, D is a 4-stringed chord. If you strum it and pluck each string and you get each string ringing true, then congratulations, you not only have the chord memorized, but you can also cleanly play it. But again, just because you have the chord memorized, maybe it sounds like this. And it's hard to detect if that sounds clean or not. So if you pluck each string, so that second string that I'm plucking, which would be the 3rd string, which is actually the G string. Anyway, that string is it's not ringing true. So I'll go and take a look and go, okay, that's what my pointer finger is supposed to do. Okay, my pointer finger needed to press a little harder. Okay, now it's sounding good. So that's step one in the process of learning a song, is do you have the chords memorized? That way you don't have to stop what you're doing to recollect the chord. And so this song only requires E minor and D. So it won't matter if you have G memorized, C memorized, E memorized, A memorized, etc., because you won't need them for this particular song. So be sure that you have the chords memorized for the song that you're about to learn to play. Also, ensure that you're able to play those chords cleanly. The best way to reveal that is to pluck each individual string without changing anything that you're doing with your hand, and make sure that you're getting every string ringing true. Okay? Hope that was a help. Stay tuned, or rather not stay tuned. The next video we'll talk about step 2, which I can't remember what that is, but we'll cover it.